Have you ever experienced magic, or even a moment that you thought was magical? Something that had you questioning whether magic really exists or not? Of course I'm only saying this in order to spin it into a story about something else, but I'm going to ask the question anyway. I first experienced VR magic while mass murdering silly people who thought they were a match for me in Blade and Sorcery, but that's not my favourite type of VR magic. Sure, it comes in many forms like fireballs, antimatter potions that can make a man breathe fire hotter than any inferno in the pits of hell, but it's not my favourite. In my not so humble opinion, the best implementation of magic in VR, or at least the one that's most interesting to me, is Waltz of the Wizard. the extended edition. In Waltz of the Wizard you get to, and this is an incredibly accurate description, dick around in a tower, putting stuff in a pot, making spells, and once you've unlocked that spell, you have a sphere that can be effortlessly biffed into the pot again to instantly make that spell active again. Wait, is that it? No, surely not. You must be able to do more than that, right? Well, if you're like me and find yourself asking the same question while admiring the butterflies flying around you, you'll probably end up the same way I did, on trial for your crimes and shortly after serving a hefty term in jail for your crimes.
Your Honor, look, I thought the fire resistance potion I put on the kids would work this time, I swear to God, and let's be honest, how the hell was I supposed to know the Pope was epileptic, okay? It was just a simple assassination attempt, you gotta believe me. Well, boys, we managed to get off with just a life sentence instead of the death penalty, so that's pretty good. Well done there for me. But, I am still in prison, but on the bright side, it is a lovely view.
Seriously though, there's some neat stuff to play with and things to do in your little play area. For example, a xylophone that teleports you to magical and enchanting places like jail, a scary hallway, and an acrophobic's worst nightmare.
Oh God, how deep does it go? Oh God, oh God, oh God, no, please, mummy. Wait, no, wait. I forgot, I'm not acrophobic. Fuck you, giant hole in the ground. I'd jump off if I could. You know I will.
But as of the newest update, you can actually go outside, and this is the main reason I wanted to make this video in the first place, because while going outside admittedly is a very unknown concept to most people who own a VR headset, it's actually indeed very cool, and if it represents the type of stuff in the future we can look forward to from both Alden Studios, the studio who made this game, and from the VR experience as a whole, it would be downplaying my excitement in a very severe way to say I'm not excited. The reason I get so excited about this new update is the same reason the expansion was called Natural Magic. What this means is when using magic in the courtyard outside your laboratory, you don't actually need to biff spheres to change spells anymore, and instead, the spells are just integrated into your hands, quite literally I'm afraid, and it may cause some irreparable nerf damage, but don't worry about that. Let old Dr. Willkak focus on the repercussions. You kids just go have fun now. Don't worry about the crippling osteoporosis you're going to have when you're older. Natural magic, to make it simple, is just having one spell that behaves differently depending on what you do with it. To start, close your fists and then quickly pull them towards you. This will gather what I'm finding hard, very hard indeed, to stop describing as pixie dust. When you have the dust in your hand, you have two choices. Throw it fast, turning it red, making it deal damage, or low and slow, which attaches the particles to objects, meaning it can be manipulated. You can also put the particles near your mouth, and if the headset mic picks up any noise, it will allow you to pull a Dragonborn and shout profanities and other useful tips until something dies. You may ask yourself, well, what is there to kill? Well, that would be the golem dudes that you find in the new fortress that you get to explore. The place is riddled with these vertical cockroaches, and if you behave sensibly, they're pretty weak, but very fun to dismantle nonetheless. And here's something I never even considered until I told one of my friends to have a go playing. He walked right up to a golem and just started punching it in the face. So now I know two things. One, my intimate knowledge of magic may prevent me from seeing the whole truth, as it makes me less competent in finding new ways to commit murder, and two, my friend, as diligent as he may be, is a swamp-plodding Neanderthal. The fortress itself, although kinda empty, has very good spook vibes, and by which I mean ominous hallways, pits to the center of the earth, and the kind of stuff that if you don't have anything else to occupy yourself with could result in a sudden chill of terror taking up residence in your lower spine for the duration of your splunking. Although there really isn't much here to do after the first hour or so, you'll still be able to cock around to your heart's content, which is what I really like about VR in general. It turns something that wouldn't necessarily work as a normal game, like standing around and talking to people, or even sitting at a loading screen, into something. It can just feel, it just feels, yeah, I have to say it, magical. I know, I'm sorry, I had to. It just works so well in the situation. I said before that VR is an experience, and some people with an outsider's perspective will say that that description doesn't really fit because you aren't actually there. Instead, you're just standing in a room by yourself or with people, doesn't really matter, but standing there by yourself makes more sense, otherwise you look like a bit of a moron. But people who have played VR, we know the truth. That inside the VR headset, you can drown out the real world and you really feel yourself being somewhere else. When you fall from an extraordinarily high height, your muscles brace for landing, you flinch when you're being shot at. And if you play a horror game, you really do fear for your life. So in the sense, it really is something kind of magical, isn't it? Well, that was fun. Anyway, that's enough from me. I'll catch you later. Oh yeah, and remember to like and subscribe, and thanks for 100 views on the Willkak's Guide to Godfall and all the rest of the views on all the other videos. Thank you so much, team, and I mean that with absolute sincerity. Catch you around.